We thought we'd use it as a jumping point to talk about florals. Florals are huge in fashion right now. They've never gone away. They've never gone away in decor.
No, but what's happening is they're becoming more overt. So we're seeing them in bigger pieces of furniture, on bigger upholstery pieces, and we're seeing them on items that are even pricey and expensive. So I went to Weaver's Art. They have magnificent carpets, and these are two that they have this season, Mary's Garden and Elizabeth's Garden. And just look at the detail and play in that carpet there. This is something like 1,000 knots per square inch. It's got silk in it. Anytime you see that beautiful shine, it's either going to be silk or acrylic. And this is all 100% silk and wool. And it's got such depth and such detail in it. So I think, you know, obviously a piece like this is going to make a statement, and the rest of your room is going to work around something like this because this is going to come at a certain price point. But it certainly makes a room. You know,
Absolutely.
It certainly makes a room.
A good rug can do that.
Beautiful.
And you know, the thing about floral is that you never know what scale it's going to come in. There's so many different ways you can go with it. We've got another rug here and some wallpaper, but we'll take a quick look at the rug.
Now, the thing to keep in mind when you're doing a custom rug like this can be colorized in any combination you want. And literally what will happen is we'll go and we'll pick the threads, we'll pick the pom-poms. It goes away and they create something called a strike-off, which looks like this. So you actually get a little sample of it before it arrives. And that process can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months. But if you're building a house, you definitely have enough time to do it, or if you're doing a big renovation, and it really, really can make a huge difference. So like artwork, like draperies, great carpet is one of the things that you really need to rely on if you're going to have a finished interior.
Okay, so wallpaper, also big as we saw in your powder room. You've got a striking pattern there.
Isn't this beautiful? You know, I love wallpaper. I'm a big fan of it. You know, sometimes wallpaper gets a bad rap, but it's really not wallpaper's fault. It's really, we got to let it go. And I think this would be wonderful. Anytime you have the stripe that's part of the pattern as well, it's creating more of a sense of order. So for someone who says, I don't know about the flowers, that might be too much for you, adding that nice stripe detail is going to help tone that down. And then, isn't that fun? Yeah, it's really classic.
Yeah,
it's beautiful, beautiful.
Suzanne, we've had this beautiful picture up in our monitor right now.
Pretty?
So that was one of your picks for one of your favorite florals. Is that a wallpaper?
That's a wallpaper.
What is that?
It's
That's
a wallpaper.
amazing.
It's actually from a Swedish company, so it's available online to order, but I just love the scale of it. And it's kind of got that Bloomsbury look, very old-fashioned, but the scale of it makes it feel so modern. This is actually going to be in House and Home in an upcoming issue, so you can see it there.
That is gorgeous.
It is
fresh and it's light and airy. The other way to do floral is, of course, in your cushions.
Yes.
And you've brought an example of one of your favorites.
We both brought cushions, actually. But I did bring this one in. I saw this one at Indigo, so it's a great price point. And I just love the painterly quality of it. That's one of the things we're seeing as well with some of the floral prints. There's just so many styles. And this is one that sort of, it looks like it's been done with a watercolor brush. And I picture this, say, on a white couch or even a pale blue couch, just to give a big pop of color, a whole row of them. It's just so lively. I also brought in bedding.
Yes.
Because I think this is Marimekko. This is a classic, modern classic. It's been around since 1950, this pattern, from Finland. And it's so great for kids' rooms. I love it. It's a great go-to for kids' rooms. It's affordable as well. And it just feels so fun, and it's based on a poppy. And I just like the fact that look how many different kinds there are. And they're all really high impact no matter what.
Okay, back to the monitor now. We're going to look at bedding a little bit more. Brian, you brought us this picture as an example of your favorite floral. So your floral's a little bit different. It's less flower and more leaves,
Leaves and branches. This is a bed we designed for home outfitters, and these are the pillows. So when we talked about that painterly quality, this has that embroidered quality because all of the flowers are embroidered. It's a little more subtle, a lot of the branches. And we bring in the it's all, look at the density of the embroidery. So, and the bird with the embroidery on it. So that's a little more if you want to go a little less bold. And so this is sort of like the kids' bedroom, and this is the adults' bedroom.
What's nice too is this, I don't think, is off-putting to your husband. You know, for example, he's not going to immediately think flowers. It's going to feel nature.
Because imagine using this with like chocolate brown sheets or blue sheets. I mean, you can really change it up.
I love the trim that's been done here on this edge. It just feels so tailored.
Yes, the
Try
blue
to bring
grosgrain.
flowers home for the men. You got to position it just so.
You do. you. Floral can be a tough one if you're looking for a more
flowers to
masculine.
you? Honey, I'm not reading flowers. No.
But when you look at the carpet we're sitting at, we did that for the bay, and it's more of a silhouette of flowers. So it's not sort of the overt pattern of the flowers, but you get sort of that branchy, subtle with the wool and the art silk.
Yeah.
And so if you want to go bold, you do this type of thing. If you want to go more subtle, you go with that type of thing.
Very nice. All sorts of florals. Okay, let's go to break. We've got more coming up.